Hi, I'm Tyler Furry, and I wanted to go over the last couple weeks of newly revealed cards, as well as the newly announced reprints for Stampede. Start there, since that's gonna be pretty quick. Altart Ecclesia, Altart Chaos Max, Altart Access Code. Pretty expected. Along with stuff like Skull Servant, we're definitely getting the whole suite from Quarter Century Art Collection in the OCG. The big one here is actually the Royal Oppression reprint. Card is been banned for 15 years and hasn't been reprinted in that time, resulting in $10 commons and rares. So this card being reprinted is going to be a big deal for Edison. Voice Contract, UCT, Runic Fountain, kind of whatever. The last few ALIN cards, I could have done this a while ago, but they were so inconsequential, I wanted to wait till I had more to talk about. Brain Controller is just searching poster out of Brain Control. No thanks. And then some level modulation and a steal upon being used as synchro material. This feels like an average to above average Edison card, not a 2025 card. Bomber Place. Once per turn, pay 600 and activate an effect. If you control monsters of each level 1 to 6, you can choose a monster your opponent controls that has a level and destroy all other monsters they control with equal level, rank, or link. Choose one monster you control that has a level, destroy all opponent's monsters in the column with an... Why? With a equal level, rank, or link rating. These are so specific. This is so freaking bad. And it's a bricky ass level 6 itself. Do it early, do it together. If you do not have it in your graveyard, banishment or face up on the field, banish the top 7. Your opponent banishes 7 cards from their extra and or the top of their deck face down. This might have had some interesting applications if it was banishing their deck, but... Or if they had to choose one or the other. Together, it just does not do enough to make its effect at all impactful. It's not a good effect to begin with. Target one face, especially with the one effective once per duel limitation, by the way. 7-star Sky Battle Batu Josu Hagun. Target one monster you control, equip a level 7 monster from your hand or deck with the same type but a different name to it as an equip spell that gives it 700, but return that equip card to the hand in the end phase. Omega, get over here. What level is Phantasme? It's the only thing I can kind of think of is it makes Phantasme searchable, maybe? We'll just go. I was testing MBT's list here. Phantasme is a 7. So I guess that's one application of that effect. When an opponent's level / rank 8 or higher monster is destroyed by battle while this card is in your graveyard, add it back. Like, the only application is like, ooh, you can kind of search Phantasme, but if you're already going first, do you need to have a quick play spell that searches Phantasme? Abduction. Activate one card with this card's name per turn. Target a face-up monster your opponent controls. Banish one monster from your deck or extra with the same original type, attribute, and level, link, or rank. If you do take control of it, but if you banish the monster with the same original name, negate the taken monster's effects. This would be kind of interesting if it wasn't a trap. Because, again, it's hard to search. Like, there's things you could do. This is probably the best card of this bunch, but that's more speaking to the quality of the other cards. The product info for ALIN before we move on to other stuff like Regenesis, End of the Bellstar lore, the rulers, AFD support, the Gordian Knot card, more Mitsurugi. Yeah. It is so funny that the stupid new boss just loses to Effect Veiler, by the way. Millennium Guy, Soul of God, the Fierce Knight. It's a same stats as the original guy, just a level lower. Always treated as a Millennium card. If a level 5 or higher is on the field, you can normal it without tributing. Woo. Increase the level of monster your opponent could normal or special summon in attack position while this card was on the field by 7. So if you work with your opponent, you maybe could summon Numeronius, IC1000, Numeronia, using this thing to jack a bunch of level 6 to 13. I guess. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can send one level 5 or higher monster control to the graveyard, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. Honestly, like, make this a special summon, make this a Shining Star effect, and you might have actually helped that deck. Instead, Millennium, which was substantially more competent from day one, gets a little more help. That doesn't really... I mean, it's a normal summon for the deck. I can't pretend like that deck's got a million normal summons. But I just don't think this is good enough to make the cut. Normal and Vice Shark. Normal or special, tribute a fish, and it contribute itself. Special summon a fish, shark from your deck. Also, you cannot special summon for the rest of the turn except waters. If a Shark Drake has this is material, it gains this effect. Once per turn, when a spell or trap is activated, detach 2, negate, destroy. I guess it's fine. It's kind of missing a way to put itself on the field because Sharks already have a bunch of things it wants to normal summon. So I don't think this makes the cut as a result, but it's at least an interesting inherited effect. Saiba the Swordsmith. Generic materials, level 7, 2015 Earth Warrior. Stats are a little underwhelming, but that's not really that big a deal when you can just ladder up. Target a level 6 or lower, warrior in your graveyard, special summon it, but its effects are negated. Also, this card cannot be used as a synchro material for the rest of the turn. Boy, can you know how you fix this effect? Quick effect, then immediately perform a synchro summon involving this card and the revived monster, instead of making the quick sync a separate effect. Instead, you make this a tuner and the second effect is a condition to not turn into a tuner. Turn into a non-tuner. Like, that would have been a much more interesting card. Heart Freezing Snow Crystal. We're back to this. We're back to Dark Duel Stories cards. If your opponent controls 2 or more monsters than you do, special summon this card from your hand. Notably, this is not, as YG Organization implies, a Sidra effect. This is more comparable to what's this? Why am I blanking on the name? The Fiend Mega Cyber. There we go. Fiend Mega Cyber. One of Esperoba's cards. I'm like, I had everything but the name. Cannot be destroyed by card effects. It's illusion, but actually protecting against something relevant, even though its stats are terrible for the level. Target an effect monster your opponent controls, negate its effects. It can't even bother to be a quick effect. Yeah, this is bad. Its level is not even useful for most water decks. Like, if this was a 7, more land here would at least have to consider it as a potential extender, just because there aren't a lot of good extenders at the levels that deck likes. Finally, Dragon Tail. Why are we showing this? Why are we showing this show that replaced Bill Nye? Lucius, first and second effects once per turn. Normal summon, add a monster. When it uses a material for a fusion summon, set a spell trap. That's going to be pretty common on all the effect monsters for the main deck. Main phase, discard, perform a fusion summon for a dragon or spellcaster fusion. Using monsters you control or in your hand. And then the spell trap set. Pawn, level 7, dragon. This time the first 2 were spellcasters. You can only use the first and second effect once per turn again. Common thing here. Sent to the graveyard as a fusion material. There's the set effect. Face-up fusion monster is destroyed by a card effect, by your opponent's card effect specifically, while it's in your graveyard. Bottom this card, special summon a non-fusion Dragon Tail from your graveyard. Urgula, level 6 fire dragon. Oh, it wants to be a Tenpai when it grows up. Set effect. This card is in your graveyard. Target a spellcaster Dragon Tail, bottom it, put that monster back in your hand. So it's mostly here to recycle Femenia, and so it can use its fusion effect. Altharion, Dragon Tail plus monsters in the hand, at least one. So they're kind of taking Guardian Chimera ideas here. If it's fusion summoned, target monster on the field or in the graveyard or in either graveyard, up to the number of monsters used as fusion materials, return them to the hand. It's fusion materials from the hand specifically. So, I mean, this could have some similar applications to Firewall, but it's not that. And then if 2 or more are sent to the graveyard when it's at the same time while it's in the graveyard, special summon it but banish it when it leaves the field. Like, decent boss, but very much reliant on being able to quick fusion it to use as a disruption. 1 Dragon Tail plus 1 in the hand. When you activate Dragon Tail, target 1 card your opponent controls, destroy it. If 2 or more monsters sent to the graveyard at the same time while this card's in your graveyard, you can special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Ketu, Dragon Tail, at Rhoda, and then fusion summon. Rahu, fusion spell. This one being a Shadal fusion. And that's it. It also does fusion lock you. It's worth noting this deck's design does not actually reward the Shadal fusion component as much because your place effects are all from the hand. I believe, right? No, it's anywhere. Never mind. It's the fusion monsters don't gain as many benefits and require monsters from the hand. So you can realistically only ever send 1 material. That's what I was thinking. Horn, target an attack position monster, bounce it, then place a Dragon Tail card from your grave or banishment on the bottom of your deck, draw a card. Yes, this is a compulse that can be ashed. Flame, target a spell trap on the field. Target only a spell, not even a trap. Negate its effects until the end of the turn, then bottom 1 from grave or banishment, draw a card. This is kind of specific, isn't it? Like, these aren't terrible, but all the replays I've seen with these are them going first. So people are making a big deal out of the board, but I'm really suspecting this deck plays in to boards far worse than Malice, let alone Ryzeal, which is going to be a problem. So yeah, that's everything. Not all that much to go over. Dragon Tail is interesting, but it feels like all our exciting combos are going to fold the instant you go second for Dragon Tail, and the rest of the cards are largely uninspired. Did I miss something? I just want to double check that I didn't miss something. I feel like I'm... No, I'm up to date. So, alright. Thank you for watching. I'm going to soon split this out into its own channel and keep the channel I'm using for personal usage. I just would rather have things bifurcated better. Thank you for watching, and have a nice day.